So, got some great news. I'm getting my truck back. Adam has had a person in his life that wants him to buy a car. So, he has to get a car. Now, truck's title's still in my name, so basically what Anna paid me for the truck, I'm giving it back. I'm getting my truck back. And I'm taking a look at the carburetor here. I'm trying to figure out, this is the old carburetor that was giving me an issue after I tinkered with it. And it was, it basically made the truck, it would run and kind of flood out a little bit. And it would run where it was like, it was just raw fuel was coming out of the exhaust. It was just a mess. So we put a new carb on it, but it was a 600 CFM, which actually, just on the other side of this box, says it does not work with engines ranging, Ford small block V8s ranging from 289 to 400. That 600 CFM is not supposed to be on that engine. And that engine runs too rich, it's fouled the plugs and blah blah blah. So this carb is just the right size. And I actually just found the jets. There are 64. I was actually thinking about getting smaller jets and maybe jetting it down some more. And get it to where it, I don't need it to make like 400 horsepower. I just need it to basically make, enough to where I can haul a load with it. But, it doesn't need to be burning all this extra gas. Because with this carb, I was getting 13 and a half miles per gallon in the city. And I drove every day, ranging about 10 miles a day on it. And it took me maybe almost 2 weeks to deplete a tank of gas. Or three and a quarter tank gas. Anyways, taking this apart, and I was just looking in here. I'm gonna get in here with some carb cleaner and get this rust out. This is from the particulates getting through the fuel filters. We're gonna put a new one in and add another filter in. And I thought this thing back here, a little needle, I thought maybe that was like stuck, but that's actually an end stop for this, I believe. Someone can correct me on that. If it's wrong, then we can fix it, right? And it does appear that there's a little filter back in there. It's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to pop that apart and get that cleaned out. But, so this is the metering block. And this is where your jets go down in here. Now that I freaking know where the jets are, I can jet this down until it runs perfect. So anyways, I was taking this out and I was like, what's this? And I didn't realize it was actually the power valve. Now the power valve, it looks like maybe there were too many gaskets put on it. And it looks like it bottomed out back there. And since it's done that, look at this gasket. They've split. So it's leaking gas through there so extra gas when it doesn't need it is getting past the power valve, and that's what's making it run bad. So I think if I reduce the amount of gaskets in there, I might be able to fix this. I might just be able to fix this. So, I'll run to the parts store maybe tomorrow or something and then get some gaskets, and I think I gave Adam my spare parts, so he's probably got should have a spare power valve. If not, I think we can still use it. I don't think it's a little cattywampus though. I'm gonna take it out and see what's wrong with it. But yeah, I think we found the problem. I think this carb would be just fine. I did put a new choke on it. I definitely can guarantee the carb on on the truck now is giving Adam so many freaking problems. I mean, it runs way too rich. It's kind of hard to start. It's bad enough to where it'll make you think that the engine's fucked up, but it is a good motor. It did run really good with this carb compared to the bigger carb that's on it now, and it got fairly decent gas mileage. It was like 13 city, 18 highway. I mean, it was really good for what it is. But I'm definitely thinking about some smaller jets. I'm thinking maybe like a step down or something, a little bit smaller. I mean, it's a stock engine. It doesn't need that much fuel. But yeah, that is the issue. I'm gonna take some of this apart. I think I'm gonna take this other bowl off and clean it out. I don't think this needs it too bad. I do need to scrape this gasket off. I do believe we have extra gaskets. Let's go get some gaskets. That was close. I actually have dust on my camera. I haven't made hardly any videos lately. Well, we'll be soon since we're getting the truck back, but so I couldn't get a power valve gasket separately, so I just kind of spent a couple, $10 on this stupid plug. At least the plug's available if I ever need it, but I kind of want a power valve, So, I don't really have any cleaner to clean this. We'll just have to run some special fuel through it, but this guy is still good. He's not dicked. I don't see any pinholes or anything through the diaphragm, so I'll just put a little gasket. It's supposed to be one gasket. That's all it came with. That's all the other new plugs come with. So we'll just snug that down. Just snug. Not too tight, because you do it too tight and then the gasket will split. Especially if you have four fucking gaskets in it. Is that seating right? No, yeah, I have to make sure that this is seating right. So I don't think it is. I don't want to put this carburetor back on there just to have it run like an asshole. Yeah, it wasn't sitting right. That's better. You want it to sit like that. I don't know why there was 4 fucking gaskets on this. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because there was 2 when I first took it off. Now there's 4. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, let's see. Now, for $13 you can get the Holley gaskets, or for $3 you can get the Mr. Gasket Co. gaskets. Which ended up, for the price of these gaskets, if I were to go Holley, I paid for with the power valve plug and these gaskets. So I still paid $13, but I got more. So just peel this off. It's not too nasty. You know, it's not, you know, terribly dirty. I mean, I'm just gonna run some fuel cleaner through it, and then she should be good to go. Also want to make sure that, so on the gasket here, this is a little dickered. I want to make sure that's good to go. So here, power valve goes in at the bottom. Oh, let me go get my jets real quick. Bring, bring. Got our jets. The jets that are in this carb, size 64. I don't know. Pretty big jets if you ask me. But this is your metering block. The jets go down here. I'm really glad I was able to find these because I was trying to de-jet this, but because I thought that was the issue, but it's not. It was that power valve. It was all fuckered. Be careful of screwing these in. This is aluminum. I do think this is aluminium. Just kind of snug it in. Doesn't need to be too terribly tight. I was wondering if this, I don't know, it's probably just pulling apart. Red gasket. Seems to be similar material. That's a little better. So it's gonna go like this on the carb. If your gasket doesn't want to go on, if it's like this, it doesn't want to go on, you gotta flip it around. You want to make sure all these jets have openings and stuff. So before I put this on, I'm going to have to, yeah, we'll set this like that because it does have to kind of go with this guy here, and I do need to clean this gasket off. Luckily it kind of just peels off. I don't want to use any type of metal scraper getting this off because I don't want to ruin the surface. So the two nubs here go into these two holes. Just kind of press them down like that. It's kind of nice that these are snug on here. Yeah, there's 4 nubs. There's 2 here, 2 here. And we got our jets back in there. We have our power valve. And to mess up, I've had too many close calls with car wrecks today. Or this week. Had to swerve into a hard right. Freaking Prius. Oh man, I almost hit him. Not my fault though. Would not have been my fault. They should not have gone. There. And then I'm pulling in the parking lot to get these gaskets, and a friggin' Honda just pulled out of nowhere. Would've got that one on video. Okay. little nipple back on here. Nipple back. You do want to replace the gaskets for the bolts. That is one thing. But I don't have them. I have to make do. This can be, I'm going to be really happy if this works out. I'm going to be really happy if it runs great. Alright, just good to go. And we'll put this back on tomorrow.